So hello my dear students, in our earlier videos we have seen the algorithm to insert a node at the beginning of a linked list. Now in today's video we will see the algorithm to insert a node at the end of a linked list. So first of all, to define, we assume that there is already a linked list, and though the linked list must contain a collection of nodes, and this is the structure that defines the structure of a single node. Now we will write a name, or we will give a heading to our algorithm. So name of the algorithm that I have written is insert underscore end. So this is a function where I will define my algorithm. Now the function requires some parameter. See, what are the information required to this algorithm in order to insert a node? First of all, the algorithm must know the starting address or address of the first node of the linked list, and the algorithm also needs to accept the data item that is to be inserted in the info part of the new node. So I will pass two parameters here. One is struct node asterisk start. So this is a pointer variable where the address of the first node is already present, and the second one is an integer variable item. Now why I am saying integer? Because in this structure declaration, the data type of info part I have taken as integer. So if the data type of info part is float, then this item must be float. If it is a character, then this item must be a character, and so on. Now beginning. Now what is the first step? See, already in my last video I told you that in order to insert a node in a linked list, the first step is to create a new node. Now for creating a new node, you have to dynamically allocate memory space for the structure data type. Okay, and if the new node creation is failed, that means if the memory allocation is failed, a null value will be written, and we will call it overflow condition. So first we will check that. So I'll create a variable here, struct node asterisk n, where n stands for new. So I'll write n equals to struct node asterisk. This is typecasting for malloc function, because malloc function returns a void pointer, and that is converted. Then I will write malloc, and in the parameter of malloc function we have to specify the block size. So here block size is, we need a block for representing a node. So the block size will be size of struct data type, struct node data type. So this is what it creates. Now if the malloc function unable to find a memory block, then it returns a null, and we will call it overflow. So we will check that. So if n equals null, then print overflow and exit. So my algorithm will terminate here. Then end if. So this is end of if block. Now important point is, if this condition is false, then my algorithm will move to this particular step. After it will jump out of end of if block. So here I will assume that the malloc function has created a node. Okay, so once the malloc function created a node, let's say here I am giving a diagram. A node has been created, and its address is stored in n. Let us say n is the address which points to this node. Now this node has to be inserted at the end of the list. So when it is inserted at the end, this should be the last node. So in its info part, I can store the data item, and in its link part, I have to store a null value. Okay, why we store null value? Because this is the last node. So straight away I can write n of info equals to item, and n of link equal to null. So now here data is present item and this one is null. So now after that what we need to do, this particular node should be attached to the existing linked list. Now let us assume this is my start which points to a node, and this node points to another node, and this one is pointing to some other node, and let us assume that this is my last node. So right now the link part of this node contains null. So what I need that the link part of this last node, which is right now containing null, should point to this node. That is the only pointer I need to change, because already I have mentioned n of link is null, so this becomes null. So only thing I need to do is, if I could get the address of this node, this is my last node, if I can get this address and store address of this new node in the link part, then my job is done. You got it? So how can I get the address of this node? Because if this is my existing linked list, I don't have this address, but I know what is the address of the first node. How? From this start pointer. So I need to, from first node, I need to get the address of second node. From second node, I can get the address of third node, and once I reach to the third node, now I can change its link pointer. So I need to keep traversing. So for that, I'll use a pointer variable struct node asterisk ptr equal to start. So this is a pointer variable where I have stored a start. Start means now ptr, let's say this is my ptr. Now once I store start in ptr, now ptr points to this node. Okay. Now I will see that if is it first node, last node, that means if ptr of link is null, then definitely this should be the last node, but which is not true here. So by doing some traversing, I must store address of this last node in ptr. So how do I achieve this? I can use a loop while ptr of link not equals to null. So as long as ptr of link is not equal to null, see, when ptr points to first node, its link part definitely not equal to null, so this will become true. So I will move inside the loop and store ptr of link. See, now what this statement does, this is my current ptr, so its link field is this one. Now this address will be stored, extracted, and will be stored in ptr. So value of ptr changes to second node. Now after that, here I have written end while. So now it will come back. Now once ptr points to the second node, it is examined ptr of link not equal to null, means its link part is examined, which is again not equal to null. So that is true. So move inside, and then its link part will be stored in ptr. See here. So link part of this node is now stored in ptr. So ptr of link is assigned in ptr. So again end while means go back to the condition part. Now ptr points to third node after this statement. Now ptr of link not equal to null, but since this is the last node, its link part is equals to null. So this condition will become false and my loop will terminate, and I will jump over here. Now once I reach here, I can now simply write ptr of link. What is the current value of ptr? Ptr pointing to the third node. Now in the left hand side of assignment, I have written ptr of link. That means I want to store something in this link part. So what should I store? I should store address of the new node. So what can I write here? I can simply write n. So when I write n, address of this node will now become stored here, and this will point to this new node. So that new node will become the last node. So this is my start, this first node, second node, third node, and now third node now pointing to the new node. So new node becomes the last node because its new link part right now is null. So this is what my steps, and finally I can write end to indicate, this is end to indicate end of the algorithm. So this is my begin, this is capital letter written begin, and this is my end. Okay, so I hope you understood this algorithm better. Okay, so this is begin and this is end. Okay, so this algorithm insert a node at the end. Okay, now we will discuss how to insert a node in between any two nodes. So let me explain that algorithm here, how to insert a node in between any two nodes. Okay, so inserting a node in between any two nodes. So neither last node nor the first node, but in between any two nodes. So I can say, let's assume, okay, if this is my start node and it contains first node, then we have another node, second node, then we have, let's say, third, and also let us assume that this is my fourth node. Okay, and its link part, and this one is null. This is my last node. Now node number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now suppose I want to store a node, I want to attach a new node either in between 1 and 2, or in between 2 and 3, or in between 3 and 4. Then how we will do? Now here I need an extra information, that is, what is the position that I want to attach my new node. See, the position of my new node should be 2, maybe 3, or maybe 4, because after attachment, after insertion, there will be, right now there are 4 nodes, and after insertion there will be 5 nodes. So if the new node is inserted in between 1 and 2, then what happens? Position of the new node will become 2, and the position of the second node will become third node. So the second node will become third node, and the new node will be the second node. But if the new node is inserted in between 2 and 3, then the third node will become fourth node, and the new node will become third node. Okay, so this is the changes that I have to make. Now suppose this is my new node, and address of this new node will be stored in n. Then this new node will be inserted in between these two, or these two, or these two. So how we will conduct this? Now first of all, we need a structured data type. So I am writing struct, okay, node, then let's say int info, and then I need a structured pointer, struct asterisk, struct node asterisk link. So my structure is defined. Now I'll write the algorithm. Insert underscore. Now name of the algorithm is given as insert anywhere. Insert anywhere. Now what are the information required? Now struct node asterisk start, this is required. Then item is required. I need another variable p. Here p means an integer value which is called position. So p means, here I can write p means position. So position could be either 2 or 3 or 4. That means anything between 1 to n. Anything between 1 to n. If there are n number of nodes, my position should be anything between 1 to n. So it should be between 1 to n, where n is number of nodes. Okay, now begin. So straight away I can write, create a new node first, struct node asterisk n. Now n equals, type conversation is required, struct node asterisk, then I need malloc function, malloc, then size of struct node. Okay, now check for overflow. If n equals null, then print overflow, then exit and if. Now if not overflow, so a new node is created. Then in its info part I can store items. So to do so I can simply write n of info equals to item. But what about its link part? Now I don't know what should be stored in its link part, because its link part, if my position value is 2, then in its link part it will point to the second node. In its link part I should store the address of second node. If position value is 3, then in its link part I should store address of third node, so it should link to this. If position is 4, then it should link to this particular position. So right now I am not storing anything in its link part. Okay, so now I have to find out the position. Now what should I do? Suppose I want to store the new node in position 3. If I say if p equal to 3, let us assume, then this new node should be the third node. So when this new node should be the third node, so it has to be inserted after second node. So right now second node contains address of third node, but after insertion second node should contain address of new node, and this new node should contain address of third node. Is that case? So that means I should break this link, and this link should, now this one should point to this new node, and the new node should point to this particular node. Now if I make this adjustment, then I can successfully attach. So for this reason, what should I do? I need address of second node first, because I have to reach to the second node, so that the pointer field of second node can be modified with n. And also if I reach to second node, from second node I can also get the third node address, because link part of second node contains this address. So this value should be copied here. Whatever value right now present here should be copied here. So this will point to now here, and here I will store value of n. Only these two changes is required. So I have to reach to the second node. How can I reach to the second node? My value of p is, if value of p is 3, I have to reach to 2. So what can I do now? Now I can write struct asterisk ptr equal to start. So I have taken a ptr variable, pointer variable. Then I will use a counter variable, count equal to 1, means we are in the first. This count equal to 1 means we are in the first node, because once we set ptr equal to start and count equal to 1 means we are in the first node. Now from this, through this count I will perform the navigation. How? I can now use a loop while count not equals p minus 1. As long as value of count not equal to p minus 1. Why p minus 1? See, when I am in the first node, I should reach to the second node. So my count should be 2. So what I can write here, I will say ptr equals to ptr of link. So now value of ptr changes. The moment I upgrade ptr to the next node, count should be incremented by 1. So this is end while. Now I hope you understand these two statements. Initially, suppose I am in the first node and this is what ptr is pointing. So I want to reach to the second node. So my counter variable is right now 1. See, if ptr equal to start, count equals to 1. So the moment the count not equal to p minus 1 means count is 1, it is not equal to p minus 1. P is my 3, so it is not equal to 2. So this condition becomes true. So I will jump to the next node. So from ptr equal to, I will jump to the next node. The moment I jump to the next node, my counter variable will increase to 2. So this is what is here written. Now once I reach to ptr, what should I do? I need to adjust some pointer field. Let's see. Suppose right now ptr pointing to this second node. Now value ptr pointing to second node, value n pointing to the new node. So how many pointer I need to change? I need to change link part of new node, this value. The value should be stored here is the link part of second node. Link part of second node should be copied to the link part of new node. And address of second node is in ptr. So I can write like here like this. N of link means link part of new node should contain what? ptr of link part of second node. Okay. So now this value is changed now. This value comes here. So now this node will points to third node. But the second node which is right now pointing here should point to the new node. See, after I make this adjustment, after I store link part of n as ptr of n link, then link part of n now points to the third node. But now link part of this node should contain new node. So address of n, the address of the new node should be stored here. So I can write here ptr of link part is equals to n. So link part of ptr now contains address of new node. So now my pointer has been changed. Okay. Finally, I can write end to mark the end of the algorithm. Okay guys. So if you check it once again, the complete algorithm. Okay. So this is my begin. I have created a variable, then through malloc function I have assigned address. Suppose overflow condition is examined and no overflow, then I will use n of info equals to item is stored. Now I will set ptr equal to start. Okay, so ptr becomes, and ptr variable is set as start to pointing to a start. Count became 1, and this is what traversal will be done. And after this traversal is over, link part of the new node, this one is my new node, and its link part is updated with ptr of link. Suppose this is ptr, this link part will be copied, so it will point to here. And then ptr of link pad, so this one ptr, its link pad will be stored with n. Is that clear guys? Okay, so this is what insertion algorithm, insertion of a node at in between any two nodes in a linked list. Hope you understand. Thank you.